Okay, so we have great news for Washington residents as it pertains to Washington state's estate tax exemption. It has been at $2.193 million since I believe 2018, at least 6 or 7 years. It's been fixed at $2.193 million that is exempt from the estate tax. That has now been increased to $3 million beginning July of 2025. So, what that means is that beginning July 2025, for anyone who passes away on or after July 1st, 2025, if the value of their estate is under $3 million, it will be exempt from Washington State's estate tax. Again, only for individuals who pass away July 1st or later. Also, this new law that just passed also provides for annual inflation adjustments beginning January 1st of 2026 and every year thereafter. That way we don't have the same fixed amount that we've had with the 2.193 for a number of years. It'll be adjusted for inflation annually going forward. Now, even though the exemption amount has increased, which is great news, if the value of the estate is over $3 million and an estate tax is owing, the tax rates themselves have increased. So if there is a tax to be paid, the amount of tax to be paid is going to be higher than what it was under the prior law pre July of 2025. Now, the amount of tax to be charged, there's like a table that is categorized by how much your estate is valued over the tax exempt amount. And so it's as low as it was 14% was the lowest. So that is now 15% at the lowest tax bracket. At the highest, it's gone up by 15 percentage points, meaning that the highest it was about 20%. Now it's 35%. Now, that tax bracket is for estates that are valued at $9 million over the exemption amount, right? So that means $12 million. So the first $3 million are exempt. So if you're $9 million over the $3 million exemption, so again, $12 million, you're looking at a 35% tax rate there. So let's talk about for a minute what is a taxable estate in Washington state. It's going to be calculated in the same manner as it would be for federal estate tax purposes, and there's a few Washington state specific exceptions. So the value of a Washington taxable estate is going to include the date of death value for things like your real estate, retirement accounts, investments, cash accounts, business interests, life insurance, personal property items, pretty much everything that you've owned, right? Now, we do get to deduct deductions for items like charitable gifts that happen at death, funeral expenses, the cost of estate administration. That will come off the top and when calculating the value of the estate. So, since the amount of the exemption has increased, there may be people who were in between like a $2 and $3 million estate value who would have had a taxable estate under the old law. And now, with this new law, again, beginning July 1st, 2025, they're not going to have an estate tax anymore because they're in that 2 to 3 million range, thereby under the $3 million exemption amount. However, if the estate is valued at over $3 million, that tax bill might have just gotten a bit bigger for that estate. So let's talk about the estate planning aspect of this. If you have not done your estate plan, whether you are under or right at or over that $3 million mark, everybody needs an estate plan. You may or may not need tax planning, but everyone needs an estate plan. And if you are approaching that $3 million figure, or if you are over the $3 million figure, you certainly want to make sure that your will or your trust is in place and is drafted in a way to ensure that it minimizes or eliminates any estate tax for your estate. So if you have an old will, an old trust that hasn't been looked at in quite a while, it might be time to pull it out and have a review of it. If you don't have an estate plan and it's been on your to-do list for a number of years now, I have clients who tell me, gosh, my kids are grown now and we want to get our estate plan done when they were born, and we need to get it done. It's not too late. We can still do it. And so if you need help with your estate plan, getting it drafted, getting it updated, reach out to our office. We'll be happy to help you. I'll have our number and our website and contact information listed down below for you, and we'll be happy to help you. All right, thank you, and have a good day.